Welcome back.
So I know we've mentioned a lot about Premier rules versus standard rules, and Amy, you kind of are the eldest IATF person amongst us. So do you want to briefly explain the difference between standard and Premier rules for IATF?
Definitely. So it kind of changed last year during COVID lockdown. They were really wanting to make the game more exciting and harder because so many people are getting so good at IATF so fast that they want to make it more challenging. So we have the standard and the premier. So the biggest difference is standard. Your majority of your blade has to be in the target. So for your bowls, half of it has to be in the bowls for it to count for 5 points. But with premier, it's no bleed. So your axe blade has to be all in or it doesn't count, which sometimes it just hurts the heart because even a fingernail out, it's a 3.
That is difficult, but I kind of secretly love it.
And then the clutch, the clutch they originally brought in to make the game harder. That was not a part of the game. And then they took a beer can, this is my understanding, drew a circle, and that became the clutch. And at first it was hard, and then everybody got so good at clutch, they're like, well, that's no good. So we need to make it harder. So they made the clutch smaller to 2 inches, and you have to have your full blade in the clutch or 1 3/4 inches in the clutch. So it only leaves you about an inch width, which means you pretty much have to hit dead center and dead perfectly full blade in for it to count. The other reason they changed the rules is to get rid of measuring, except that with clutches, you're measuring more than you ever had to before. So I actually find it slows the game down instead of speeds it up. I mean, it works great for the rest of the target for your bowls and threes and stuff, and it's the same rules for big axe too. So it definitely changes strategy. So with the premier changes, they also changed some of the regular rules. So you used to get 3 warm-up throws before your first game, 1 warm-up throw before your second, and then no more. Now it's 3 warm-up throws your first game and no more for the rest of the league. And then big axe, it goes straight to points. There is no more breaking paint, and you get 1 big axe warm-up throw the first time you throw big axe that night for any of your games. So if it's not till game 3, then you get your warm up. But
I mean, it speeds things up a bit, especially playoff. All those warm up throws take a lot of time up.
What was the rule that was breaking paint before then?
Oh, okay. So you had the option, you could throw 3 times and break paint. So it just had to break paint anywhere in the target, or you could break 1 paint 1 time, or go straight to points. And we I know in True North we were starting to go straight to points most times anyways, just because you kind of just want to go.
Yeah.
You mean break paint on the clutch?
In the target. So if you hit a 1 and it just breaks the blue, it still counts.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So there's no points awarded. You just had to get it in the target and stick.
Got you. Okay.
I guess that as the more people get used to it and the better people get, that kind of becomes a bit of a novelty, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it was nice because then if you hadn't thrown for a while, you kind of warmed up and got used to the big axe. So it wasn't always necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it was advantageous, especially depending on who you play against. If you're playing someone who's better than you, I guess is the way to say it, then it kind of gave you an advantage and made it a little bit more fair, give you a chance, I guess. We added a grimace. I don't know if you know what grimace is.
Yeah, I've seen one at Half X.
Yeah. So
I have no idea what you're on about. Just like
a little tiny dot that's like this big.
Right.
Above the I've seen it above and below the centerboard circles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like literally, I don't even know how big it is, like technically, but it's that big.
Think about nickel size or Canadian nickel size or a dime.
It doesn't help scratch at all.
Oh, yeah, it's about that big.
Penny? Is it a penny?
Maybe?
Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it should be purple because it's Grimace. They call it
Grimace?
Grimace, like
Yeah.
McDonald's Grimace.
Yeah.
I think I had a birthday party on Ronald McDonald's bus.
On a bus? We don't have a
Yeah,
bus
so
in Australia.
outside. So I just thought this was a thing, but so outside our McDonald's, we used to, well, in fact, most of them used to have a bus, and that's where you'd go for a birthday party, and you'd have a birthday party at McDonald's, and you'd do parties on the bus, and then you go upstairs and sit and eat your McDonald's, and your
Oh, like a
party would be
double-decker.
downstairs. Yeah. But it was like a thing. It was just what you. I think everyone here has probably had a McDonald's party bus birthday.
Well,
Yes.
in Australia, we have McDonald's birthdays, but there's just a little room.
Oh,
Um,
yours was a bus.
Never seen the double-decker bus.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, right?
Sweet.
Nice. One day I'll get out to Canada and meet you and
Oh,
Sasha and
Yes.
Goose and
yeah.
one
Yes,
day.
you always have a place to stay.
Oh, thank you.
We should
It's only
come up
gonna be
and
in
do one of the
summertime.
tournaments there. One of your tournaments up there.
Yes, you guys
Oh
should
my
come.
God,
It'd be so
no.
much
I'd
fun.
be like
And then we
dead
have to
last.
go.
That doesn't matter.
No,
I'm gonna win.
we'll do invitational.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Just
We'll take it easy.
yeah.
We have to do a Axe Girls League somehow, some way. The girls and I here in Agawam, we underwent our first IATF tournament, literally having never thrown on an IATF board in our entire lives. That we took a road trip down to Florida, and I mean, the road trip itself was fun. In just the same way you were saying, Battle Axes, when we got there, we just threw and had people tell us what to do because we were like clueless. So we're here at south of the border in South Carolina at, I don't want to know how to describe it. It is a south of the border cheesy emporium, and oh my God, right in front of me, there's a giant shark. Challenge accepted. I promised you a giant shark, and look what we have right here. I wasn't lying to you. Well, Naughty's already small, so that doesn't count.
Hello.
She breaks it, she bought it. That's a giant shark. Would you recommend others to go visit south of the border?
We didn't go on any of the rides, and they have a campground too. So we will. I think it's sketchy, and I would not go there with my family, like to camp or any of their little rides or anything like that. Nope.
Cat murderer, Bobby, what do we say?
This is my second time, so that shows that.
That's a yes. Bobby, what do we think?
It's a cool, quirky little place to go. I mean, I think it was worth the stop.
I agree. I hear ya. All right. Bryant, would
She's so
never
traumatized.
erase what has been burned into my memory. So, yes, absolutely stop at south of the border, if only for the entertainment value. I'm not saying you're going to go and have a vacation there, but you got to see it.
Some people do.
I think
They
you gotta
got a little
see it.
campground.
You got to see it. They got rides. They got weird things out there. You take pictures with. They got that big giant Pedro. I mean, honestly, go. 4 out of 5 axe throwers recommend it. That's an official statistic. You can use that one. Hi everybody, we are here in Savannah, which is just 2 hours north of our tournament destination, which is
Jacksonville, Florida.
So we are perhaps maybe going out tonight to celebrate our arrival. Tomorrow we're on to Jacksonville, and then Saturday is the tournament, so we're gonna rock it.
We are going to
Bump it.
represent.
Bump it.
When our powers combined,
Yes.
we become
the Wonder
Captain
Triplets.
Hatchet. Yep,
We become
what she said.
idiots is what happens. That's
We
the
haven't
reality
drank
of
yet.
it.
We
So,
haven't drank yet. Maybe.
haven't drunk what?
We haven't drank yet.
Not yet.
But we're waiting for our 2 Eastern Massachusetts girls.
Spirit.
But Mo is here in spirit.
Next stop, Jacksonville.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. Here we are.
We're here
in Jacksonville.
Ready to throw?
Ready to
Compete. I know what she's going for.
Riot,
I know what
Maddie,
she's
Naughty,
going
and
for.
Axel here representing the Axe Girls. Thank you so much, guys. Wish us luck. Next, so we are minutes away from starting, and I don't know about Naughty here, but I'm like losing my mind.
Yep. We're getting that little tummy thing going down.
Butterflies.
Rumble, rumble,
Yeah.
rumble.
We're not professionals, so we don't know how to deal with those butterflies yet, but you know, we're gonna deal with it.
Kind of looking at the lineup right now. I'm kind of checking out who's who so I can go.
I'm up against Rugrat, and I've only heard badass things about her, so
Yeah.
wish us luck.
Please.
Game 1.
we won game 1. Yay!
So we played our first game. How did we do?
Oh, I lost the first game by 2. I won the second game, and I lost the third game by 4.
Overall, 1 win, 2 losses.
Yes.
A lose, but fantastic start. Good luck.
And I won and I lost because she did the clutch in the last one. Last clutch.
And a huge shout out to the winners of that tournament right there. I did shockingly bad. They were asking me questions, and I actually want to talk to you guys about these rules, but the questions like, are you going up? I was looking at them like, I don't know what the F that means, or why you keep asking me like up or points. I'm like, what? What do you mean? So, like,
Both?
are you going for the bullseye? I'm like, yeah, obviously every time. Like, I don't get a choice. I don't think I even attempted one clutch back then, but that was scary.
We had
Man.
someone in Valhalla North from Alberta the other day.
What?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I don't know her name. I can't remember now. But she obviously I recognized she had an accent, so I always ask everybody who has an accent where they're from. So I was like, oh, you're obviously not originally from here, like where are you from? She's like, oh, Alberta. And I was like I know someone from there.
Oh God.
So but she's actually lived here for, I think she said 11, because I was like, oh, when you go back? And she's like, no, I live here, I've lived here for like 11 years. I was like, oh, okay. She was really good.
Nice.
Yeah, she's
Those
natural.
Canadians, man, they know how to throw
know.
axes.
I know.
We have nothing else to do.
Every time someone hears my accent at the axe house, they're like, where are you from? And I'm like,
Yeah.
Australia. And they're like, oh, that explains the axe throwing. I'm like, this shit was started by Canadians. We do knives,
Yeah.
baby. Like, haven't you seen Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah, that's not a knife.
Exactly. We don't do axes down there.
That's Carl's favorite film. That, like, beyond favorite film. He
Really?
is.
It's so
Yeah, we
cringy.
did a fancy dress competition, not competition, but we did a fancy dress, and we went as he went as Mick Dundee, and I went as the woman. Can't remember her name.
Linda.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, I looked nothing like her. But
Did he
it
look
was-
like Mick Dundee?
I mean, no, neither of us look like them. But I can't even find. Oh, there it is. Can you see that or not? So that's
You're
the-
glary. Oh my God, that's
Love it.
hysterical.
Yeah,
I
my horrendous impression.
love it. Of Dundee and Linda.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do
Mine.
better than I did. I could, I mean.
Yeah, same. The last time I was like, honestly, for Halloween this year, were the Golden Girls, and I was Dorothy because I'm the tallest of us, and maybe I am grumpy. I don't know, but either way, I look like I kid you not. I got to get a picture. I look like one of the other league members. Like the hair the wig that I had on was exactly her hair. I was like,
No way.
I'm gonna take a picture. Like she's off this league, but the next league when she's back, we call her Pebbles. When she comes in, I'm totally gonna put that wig on and take a picture with her because it's like looks exactly like her. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I love fancy dress. It's my
I do
favorite.
not. Too much pressure. But I don't mind wearing that blow up T-Rex costume because you can be an idiot and no one knows it's you.
We're just
Awesome.
goofing off and having fun.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Bunch of misfits having fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a good one. Bye.